Yeah. Ugh. Alright, so last night I had decent gameplay. I'm a bit tired now. It's like 3:35 in the morning. Got a new TV. Got one of them Toshiba Fire Stick, Fire TV things. Um, I've been struggling to get the HDR, 4K, all of that going, but it looks a bit. I did something. It looks a bit different. It looks better than what it was before. So I assume one of them is working. Yeah, yeah, one of them is working. I'm not sure which one. Yeah, it's a massive difference. I assume one of them is working. Um, yeah, yeah, mm, so I got them for 20 for the don't have to rush it. For double. So, okay. Uh, so score 6 using Portuguese player, 3 League One season. Uh, right. Mm, what's that one? I've only gone 7, then I've got evolutions, open evolutions. Then I need, uh, I need 5 assists from Malasia. 5 assists, and I'm done with Malasia. Yeah, 5 assists. So I'll just go into the finger for that. I'll just go into squad battles for that one. So I need 5 assists. So I need 5 assists for that one. And I just want to get the assist with Bruno. Yeah, it looks massively different, much better. Yeah, I fucks with it. So I need 5 assists with Malasia and 4 with Bruno and all them. Man. So I can get that done. And then I need 3 of these one in here. So I need a left back. Uh, yeah, it does look different. There's something different about it. So it's either the Dolby 4K or HD. I'm not quite sure which one it is, but it's one of them. Definitely one of them. Right, so I need these guys for the assists. Them, I think he score and assist with them. No, score with Portuguese, assist with him. Assist with him, score with him, and then just win, and then I'm basically done in my last year. Okay, move on to this kid. I don't need the assist with them. Yeah, I don't need the assist with them. Um, Portuguese. Put him in. Yeah, look, my TV looks so different, but that is unbelievable compared to what I was using before. The thing just looks huge, innit? Alright, so Portuguese. Technically, I should just take that then, but what's the point? Yeah, go on. Even how it sounds is mad, isn't it? It sounds different. Like you can hear so much, like little detail things that I never used to hear before. Uh-huh. So, you, um, I'll go Bruno. I'll go, yeah. You can hear the drums properly and everything. Fucking Amazon, I'm taking on the house. In Jeff Bezos' electronic prison. Gotta get away from Amazon, bro. Fucking jungling there. Yeah, this game's crazy, but like, the shit, what's going on there? Oh, this is professional, but look at the game behaving. It's so professional. Yeah, look at game. Yeah, it's back to what it was before, isn't it? I thought so because I could just see how the AI is playing on professional. That's like it's playing like it's legendary, you know. I mean, look at the tackling on that. I can't run away from it. Can't keep the shot. That's what it is. I call him on his 90 pace and I can't catch Salah. It's not about. Let's see if he's gonna win the fucking header again. Oh, look at this, yeah. So the last night the game was the defense was fine. All of a sudden, situations like this. I'm not even. It's a good thing I didn't even go into rivals. Yeah, this is already what I'm gonna be facing for the few games I'm probably gonna play tonight. So look at where how do I not end up with this ball, and you obviously see why. So you can see he didn't touch it. So yeah, didn't touch it. You see, he didn't touch it. I mean, didn't touch the ball. I guess it just goes back to him. So there's some invisible wall on the pitch that somehow allowed them to get the shot off there. So you can already see what's going to happen to them. I mean, we conceding 59 goals tonight in a game. Yeah, this is professional, bro. Yeah, look at Cambridge. Look at it. What's on the floor, on the floor, on the floor, on the floor. So what I've noticed is none of my that's the only time so far in 70 minutes of the game where my play styles have actually come on. I don't think only Varane alone has a play style there, but I mean, so there you go again. But when she was foot and allowed him to win the ball, look at his foot. Yeah, there. I should have took the ball past him. Yeah, ball through his foot. Yeah, through his foot, through his foot. So you can see my foot now passing through his foot there. Yeah, his foot's in the ball as well. Both of our feet's in the ball. So I say it is what it is, isn't it? I said all I need to say before. So it ended up like that. So like I say, I can't wait for my TV to have some form of problems as well next. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for some issue to come arise with the TV as well. What's it called? Molest this kind of shit. He's running. Obviously, he hasn't got the best boxing. Definitely not upfield. There you go. Tried to run off. Somehow I couldn't move. Can't seem to be winning the ball after Salah any at all. Um, can't get past one that. This is professional, bro. Like, might as well put it on fucking ultimate, bro. Like, might as well. I literally might as well put it on ultimate. This is literally professional, bro. Unless I made a mistake and put it on something else. Yeah. Mm, yeah, it's bullshit. Somehow I've got my guy in the middle of the pitch. Ugh. Every time I turn on my YouTube, it's like it's just pure videos of people booking holidays. It's as if somebody trying to get me to run out, leave England, innit? It's as if that's the plot, innit? They constantly putting up holidays on fucking shit. I've never searched for a holiday in this country because I could never afford a holiday, so I've never searched for one. I don't understand where the YouTube algorithm is getting that from. I don't care what nobody says. That's a bit odd because I've never searched for a holiday. So where is it getting the algorithm from to do that? Mm. Like yo, that's what I mean, innit? Now look at this, yeah. That's what I'm sure it is. This is professional, and this is a major issue with the game. Yeah. So watch when I pass the ball. I watch this, yeah. Let's watch this, yeah. So you can see, try to move the ball. You can see, foot choose the ball, and the ball is going to a direction that I don't want. Alright, cool. You can see, look at this there. Alright, cool. Alright, so that's Malacia. I think Malacia is obviously a left back. He's not going to be very good in front there. So you can see the situation there with Malacia. I'm just trying to give Malacia the ball there, yeah? Just trying to give Malacia the ball there. Just trying to give Malacia the ball there. Ball ended up back there. Alright, cool. So he just never stopped till my guy got the ball. So he saw Dijon took the ball there, yeah? Watch this now. So look at where I am. That's Kunde, that's a fucking defender. And look at my player. Why is my player not sticking a leg out for the ball? Kunde is a defender. Why would Ramos not take the ball? I mean, it's professional. And as you can see again, here's this weird thing. Literally as the game started, they're not touching the ball and the ball is moving. But the problem is that my AI just won't try and get the ball for me. It's forcing me to manually press B so I can miss the tackle, and it looks like I'm the one that missed time in the tackle, rather than the game just winning the obvious pass. So instead of the game just winning the obvious, like making the interception, instead of the game just making the interception for me, it's forcing me to press B. So because they are setting it up for to make them look like these guys are good dribblers. They're putting like what you call tension on the controller. So if they are putting tension on the controller, it makes it hard for me to turn, innit? You know what I mean? So, like walk with the player, move with the player, stuff like that. So if he's doing left, right, the tension on my controller is not going to allow me to move left, right like him. I'm going to always be delayed in the movement because of the tension on the controller. So what they're trying to do to hide that tension that they place on the controller is force me to press B. Because guess what? Because if you run past somebody, the ball bounces off them, or the ball's in your way, the game automatically just takes the ball from them, innit? So what they've done to try and think that they're clever is take that element out of the game where the AI will just scoop the ball away from you so you can run off and try to force me to be the one to press B so it looks like, oh, boom. Because if you watch these players that I play against, I'll just dribble past them and you see them pressing B after I've long past them. So obviously they don't like the fact that basically I I do that to them in it. So they're trying to set it up for me to look like them in it. So they're basically trying to set it up for me to look like them in that way, where it won't just allow me to just scoop the ball up. Because I hardly press B because there's no real necessity to press B in the game. Like there's really no reason at all to actually press B unless it's a last minute tackle. And I rarely press B in it. So obviously they're studying everything I'm doing and that. So they realize oh that it doesn't press B in it. Obviously you see other people they panic and press B or whatever in it. Whether they panic or try to time it, they press B. I don't innit? So because once you get near to the player, your player just basically gets the ball off them automatically. So because I was laugh at these little white boys from England, who I can see them when I run past them, they are pressing B. I can see them press the animation when they just press B. They're trying to force it to happen to me. Like the level of what's it called, shard and fraud and bad mind and jealousy. But they have to sit there and hide behind closed doors. They're the worst type of individuals in the world. Because the level of snake that they are, innit? Like, I don't know how they feel good about their lives. Like I don't know, bro. It's weird. And it says a lot about white men from England. I don't know why about white people from anywhere else, but English white people, but I mean, you got I don't know who exactly is doing it, but it's clearly white people. And if you go back through history, it's not me, it's history. History, the government, the police, MI5, all of these type of characters, they use your history against you. So you got to use their history against them. If you go back through their history, you'd see a lot of things that they've done through history, and you realize that it's just how they are. It's weird things that they do, isn't it? Like, and I think it has a lot to do with them not like the majority, not really, what I mean, believing in anything, in it. But it's a minority of them that believes, in it. Minorities is the majority that believes. You get me? Innit? With them, it's the other way around, isn't it? So that's why they embellish the fact that this whole thing that minorities are criminals and they try to label every minority like some form of criminal. They know that that's just not the case. They know that it's a minority, in it. But within them, trust me, it's a majority. So they're trying to blame us for the things that they do. So like I said, if you're a scammer, the best way to scam somebody and get away with it is label that person as the scammer. So they knew what they were going to do was going to lead to extreme aggression and verbal, if not physical, like hate. They know that it was going to lead there because that's how they are on the inside. They hide it on the inside and force the others to look like that publicly. Innit? I always know that. I knew exactly what I was doing. That's why they're not coming to arrest me because how are they going to get around that in court? I would make them look. No, I would make them look like what they are in court. In the courthouse, innit? They actually know it, and that's why they're hiding in it because it cannot be denied. They couldn't deny it if they fucking tried. You know what I mean? Like, they literally couldn't deny it if they tried. And that were obviously, given that the ruling class in this country are not minorities, The only way something like this could be done and unanswered is that it's them, they're behind it. And they know it would just make them look terrible and make them look like they've been setting up people for ages like that. And they don't know how society might react towards them. Because society might not care about me, but other people have families where things like this similar would have happened and people would come out of the woodwork with similar stories and they know they can't handle that, innit? You know, I mean, it's not EA Sports has nothing to do with this. I hardly believe somebody is just actively every single day just going on to me account and just fucking around with it like for no reason at all. I hardly think so. And if somebody's just going out of their way to do that, then why? There has to be some connection. I've never been to America. Yeah, I mean, never been to America, so there has to be some connection between people in England and people there. And Xbox is owned by Microsoft. Yeah, I mean, which Bill Gates own it. So obviously, you know what Bill Gates is on. EA Sports is owned by the same ethnicity of individuals. So you can see the reality of that situation is that I just hardly think they just get up and do it because you have modders that you go on like COD and especially Grand Theft Auto, you find people who modding games all the time. I don't really know much about like other games in it. Like obviously you probably have it all over the place, but obviously that's just a simple way to describe what it is. You can imagine what modding the football game is like. Innit? So just like how you can mod your own game to give yourself an advantage, if you've got someone's details, you can mod theirs, innit? You know what I mean? So you see, it can be done. So people would mod it to give themselves advantages. Or if you can mod somebody game and do the opposite, innit? Obviously, you wouldn't mod your own game and do that to yourself, innit? So obviously, whoever they are, they've had access to my house and the whole work, so they obviously can. And they know that the explanation that anybody is going to give EA or Xbox, it wouldn't suit them to say, oh, well, we did that because we don't like you. They obviously couldn't say that. They have to deny it. And then if it turns out that any sort of access was given to any property I've lived in, then people would get the blame. They know it would automatically be a default decision. There's nothing they could do about it. It would just be a default decision. So if a crime happens and you happen to be in the area, you don't have no reason to be in the fucking area, but you end up in the area and all of this starts happening. The first person the police is going to try and get for is you. It's simple as that, and they know that that's how it would have to play out because why else wouldn't it? I mean, they know that's how it would play out. Why else would it not play out like that? Because that's how they prosecute others. I mean, if you get caught running away from an incident, whether you're involved or not, they're going to investigate. You get me? You could just be running because you need a shit, innit? And they fucking investigate you, innit? Simple as that, innit? So they know it will just work out in that involuntary way or default way against them because as long as it turns out that there was some reason for somebody to have access to my property or my devices for any reason, it would just be an automatic or default decision that well, it makes sense because why would EA or Xbox do it? Innit? They would have the motive and opportunity to do it. The motive would obviously be whatever reason they were given to be in the house. They wanted to prove that it was justified. The opportunity, guess what? They were in the house. Obviously, Xbox has no reason to know of me more than the account. I mean, I'm just a random account and a number on their system out of millions of people. So just like EA Sports, same thing. And the fact that it happens in every single game I play, it means it's not the game company, it's whoever has access to the house. So they can't arrest me and try to prosecute me because they'll solely be depending on the public not caring. That's it. It would be solely dependent on the public just not caring. And can they run the risk that there's 60 million people and nobody would care? They couldn't run that risk. Plenty of people feel like injustice has taken place against them here. So they couldn't guarantee the 60 million people. Look at this. So yeah, so I just want to turn back here. Just trying to turn back. You won't allow me to turn back. You push the ball off. Okay, watch this now. So you push the ball off, yeah? So at this point, Nacho is at the side of the ball. I just want to kick the ball there. So what? When he goes to kick the ball, yeah, yeah. So that means how could EA take responsibility for that? Like EA would be mad, isn't it? So obviously it's not EA because it just wouldn't make sense. What would motivate them? It's only somebody that would have access to the property. Only somebody, so they will never win it. They know they can't win. That's why they keep putting up fucking videos about vacations. You know what I mean? Taking trips to outside of the UK. Because once they get you out of the country, they can just never let you back through the borders, and that's it. You'd be screwed, isn't it? Which obviously is their intent. I'm no fool. You know what I mean? I just make it as deep as it needs to go to show your intention. And eventually I'll fuck off and then prove to everyone that is the case. Then the problem is outside of the system, then you have a whole different problem, innit? Because what are you gonna do? Send MI6 to watch me forever? Or is that gonna work out? You'd have a lot of people to run to, innit? Quite a lot of them. So I've got the whole concept that I need. I've got the motive, I've got the what do you call it, opportunity. Because that's how investigations are done. They look for motive and opportunity. And trust me, I've made sure to establish more than enough motive against white man in England, bro. I made sure of it. So they could have denied it first, but as you can see, my behavior on the internet is it's not the most, it's not the best. My behavior on the internet is not the best, is it? So obviously, it had to be done. I mean, my behavior on the internet had to be done to establish motive of why they do it. Because obviously, without motive, they would try and work together to deny it. But as long as the motive is established, that's it, isn't it? Like, no, it's game over. Innit? Now, look at this, is professional, bro. They know that once motive, that's it. Most things you just need motive. You know what I mean, and just opportunity. Even if the opportunity was, even if it wasn't premeditated, even if it wasn't premeditated, motive is all you need if you're caught in the area. Innit? So obviously, I know how it works. I know how the system behaves. Know a bit about the law, more than I should. Or that, I know more than I should about the law. So I obviously understood that. Innit? I obviously, I obviously understood that this is the situation. That you need to have motive. Yeah, and obviously once they're coming into the house, they're coming into the house for whatever reason. So why would these issues just develop? You know what I mean? Because whatever reason they're coming in the house, it cannot be a good reason for me. You know what I mean? So it's either some sort of investigation by someone why they're coming into my house without me knowing. Yeah. So if they're coming to your house without you know, guess what? Somebody wants you done, innit? Because they wouldn't just be doing it for the fun of it, unless they're into some weird shit, you know. you would assume you'd give them the benefit of the doubt and say, well, they wouldn't just be doing it for the fun of it. They'd be doing it for a reason. Whatever the reason is not something I really care about. I mean, whatever their reason is, I don't really care, innit? Or they wouldn't just be doing that for no reason. Whether nefarious, malicious, benevolent, there is a reason. And that's all that really matters. So once the reason that there is a reason, once you establish that that is going on, the next thing you need to is either prove motive or give them a motive. It doesn't qualify as entrapment because technically, um, in this country, if you are abused, if in this country you are abused by anyone, it does not justify you taking them out. Yeah, I'm very aware of that. So you can see that even with motive, it doesn't justify their action. So they're doing it because they want to do all of it. So whatever reason they had to come in here, I caught them, not physically like because obviously I had restrained them or done something to stop them from going. So obviously I'm aware of it. I should say yes, I'm aware that they're coming into the house. So the question is, they could make up any benevolent reason why. Oh, we're protecting our community. Oh, we think you're some mass murderer or some shit like that. So you can see where they could go about it and play nice about it. That they're doing it in a good for a good reason. So obviously, because I'm aware of that, I ensure that well, I'm gonna give you motive because the motive that I give you works two ways. You'd have whatever you are doing. If it was legal, you would have taken the opportunity. Plain and simple. I know exactly what I was doing. The things I say online, they would have taken the opportunity, regardless whether I meant it or misappropriation, misrepresentation, misunderstanding, breakdown in language, whatever reason, they would have taken the opportunity because that's just how the system is. I mean, that's just how the system is, so they would have done it like that. The fact that they didn't take the opportunity means whatever gave them the ability to pass through these doors was not legal. Yeah, it was never meant to be found. It was meant to use as a precedence for my actions, which would negate their actions and put up, regardless of what they did wrong, it would have meant I was locked up or in prison regardless. So obviously, because I'm not going out the house with a butcher's knife, like the butcher of fucking Manchester, yeah, because I've not done that. They have nothing. They can't. They're stuck. We're struggling with the whole concept in it. You know what I mean, so you can see, I gave them their opportunity. I literally gave them. It's not like they could have won anyway. They would have lost anyway. Well, I gave them the opportunity to save face publicly. Innit? I did give them the opportunity to justify whatever they were trying to do because they would have lost anyway. They're quite aware of that. They would have lost anyway. So you can really see where the intent was to have me do something that would have made their mistakes not mean anything in the grand scheme of things, innit? I mean, that was their intention for their mistakes to not mean anything. So, i.e., oh, we tried to entrap him, but instead of trying to get a lawyer about it, I became the butcher of fucking Manchester. Innit? I mean, so you can really get what they try to do there. Yeah, I mean. So now they're resorting to bombardment of deals for flights outside of the UK, innit? Every day, but I've even at one point Virgin was advertising flights for £120. I swear I'm the only person that got that deal. I mean, oh, Mr. Clark, you've been entered and you've won 90% off your plane ticket out of this bitch. We don't care where. That's funny. That's actually hilarious. When you think about it. Yeah, but that's what they're trying to do. Isn't it? They know they can't win because they got the opportunity. And it's clear, given the history of the government, they would have obviously done what they needed to, or at least tried. You know what I mean, the fact that they didn't, it showed guilt on their heart, which they didn't take the opportunity. Guess what? They ended up with motive. It's as simple as that, isn't it? It was either motive or here is it on a plate, isn't it? Because I was just curious what was going on. That's all it is. I only wanted to know what was going on. I didn't care about the consequences. They couldn't win anyway because whatever was going on, it would have been easily discredited and denied. All of that, it wouldn't have been an issue because there's only a select few reasons why anyone would have access to your private residence. Only a select few reasons, and obviously the reasons that could have been, the reasons that could have been, um, they obviously would have lost. So I gave them either motive or take a chance. They couldn't take a chance because, like I said, there's only a minute amount of reasons what could allow anybody to enter your property and not be done for breaking and entering or unlawful trespass. I mean, it's only a minority of reasons. You know what I mean? I'm very aware of that. I know the reasons. I know the minute reasons that could be done. I mean, you just have around maybe about 10 in general, where numerous public authorities could do it. But it really doesn't matter the numeral number. It just matters how many situations that could arise from, especially you not knowing about it. It's only one group that has that ability in the side of the country. Only one group. I mean, only one group, and it's the their old MI5 because technically they're the only ones. Otherwise, maybe counter-terrorism, which is really the same thing, isn't it? It's really they're the only ones that really does intrusive surveillance and warrants. So, i.e., coming into your property and putting in listening device and videos and that. It's only them that go about it like that. The regular police, they don't just go about it like that. Yeah, the regular police don't just do it like that. Like usually when the regular police comes into play is when they're just coming to arrest you at that point. But counter-terrorism, MI5, National Crime Agency, them lot are the only ones that are gonna do that. Innit? The regular police won't do that. Innit? So, given the context of that, them man only have few reasons and ways they can get inside your property because they can investigate you but can't obtain warrants against you because there's no probable cause or reason. Obviously, I was quite aware that they couldn't legally obtain any probable cause for a warrant against me. No chance. They wouldn't even stand a chance. The request would be fundamentally denied. I mean, unless they try to stitch me up. And obviously, I thought about it and I thought, you only have about maybe only a few reasons, yeah, because the police can get a search warrant for your property, but that's when they've already established you're involved in some form of crime. So, i.e., they're expecting to come find some form of illegal item. You know what I mean, some form of illegal item. Yeah. So the local police would only come in at that point. Even the NCA would only come in at that point. But counter-terrorism ain't turning up for your house to fucking. Counter-terrorism ain't turning up for your house because you stole a watch outside. They're not doing that. You get me? That's not their thing. So them man are the type of man that will sit there and watch you, want to know everything you do daily. That's the type of character. So intrusive surveillance is based off that. Is to watch you in and out 24/7. So it's only counterterrorism. And the NCA does a different type of job. You know what I mean? The NCA is like a national type of thing where certain crimes they don't really fuck with like that. But if you're going all over the country or some organized thing all over the country, they'll get involved. But if you're just some one random nigga and you're not going to be arrested to be prosecuted, then it's only leave MI5 and counterterrorism only leaves them. Innit? Mhm. It only leads to them. So y'all in life, I am in Big Bang. Sheldon said, what was he called? Sherlock Holmes said, um, remove the impossible, and what you're left with must be the truth. Innit? And that's what I did. I removed the impossible. Who would be able to have intrusive access to your property? I mean, only would be certain people because say the local police force, they're just coming to arrest you, and at the same time, they're coming with an arrest warrant. Usually has a search warrant tied to it. So they're just coming to get you now, dig up your place, and take you to police station to question you. Yeah. But if there's no evidence and they're just looking at you, it's basically the security system service, you know, which is MI5, and sometimes even national crime agencies to a certain degree, but mainly MI5 and counterterrorism, which is the same fucking thing. So all I had to do was say, well, why the man looking at me? What have I done? I don't know. I'm not doing shit. So I ain't walking into the police station to confess about shit again. I ain't done nothing. I mean, I tried to go and obtain lawyers. They all gave me the runaround, had me going into circles. Who they sending me here, sending me there. And the truth is, up to this day, I'm not even sure if them people are real lawyers because I've never physically gone into a lawyer building about the situation. But I've been sent around the houses, innit, for just to speak into some of them on the phone and that. Innit. Who doesn't hang the phone and said that they'll call me back, or who said that they're too busy, or saying that well they can't do anything. They give me all sort of excuses and that. And so I realized that all right, yeah. So the people who are doing it, they are using the good old it's secure bullshit. Yeah, and like I say, what do you call it? It's like a passive aggressive action, or what do you call it? What's it? Not premeditated, but not presumptuous, preemptive. Yeah, so it's like a passive aggressive preemptive strike. So that's how the security service of any fucking country works. It's passive aggressive, isn't it? So it's basically an attack on you. It looks to the normal person like it's just an investigation. Well, it's really an attack, isn't it? Because they see you as a threat to the country. So it's a passive aggressive attack made to look like an investigation. That's what it really is, isn't it? Yeah. So what they do is try to get you before you get them in a sort of way. Obviously, at the end of it, they get to toss you in prison, isn't it? So it's really a war machine in the security service. Innit? But the problem is, it still has to be justified. And they are damn sure no, they can't justify shit ever. having things that sound racist has nothing to do with threats of violence. So obviously, after narrowing down the situation, well, I gave them the threats of violence to justify their actions. It's me who helped them. They stood no chance anyway. Like I said, they obviously couldn't justify it, and I assume they're either spoofing my phone calls, and I think I'm talking to lawyers, but really I'm talking to their agents to get me in it, and they're just giving me the runaround and that. So I thought, all right, cool. I can't obtain a lawyer. Then what I'm gonna do is set you man up and then legally get one off the what do you call it? Legally get a duty solicitor. And they obviously realize that's the case, isn't it? And they know that they obviously knew they can't win anyway. Because when I go into the court and say, well, I had to say that because I couldn't get a lawyer, it's gonna look terrible because they say, what do you mean? I say, well, I tried to get a lawyer ages ago, innit? For years, innit? And then whether I can prove it or not doesn't matter. It wouldn't really matter. It would be a very suspicious thing for someone to say. And then the lawyer will then dig into it and find out, well, why were you looking at him for all this time? And then it could easily be painted that they're the ones that stop people, whether they stop a legitimate solicitor from taking the case, which would in itself would be illegal. So you can see the only other option is for them to be on the other line pretending. But there's nothing illegal about them pretending to be a solicitor. So you can see they'd go about it that way. And unfortunately for you, playing all the games you man played brought you into this situation, huh? Where how do you go about your shit now? So you can see why my algorithm is pumping out deals on top of deals for flights. So no doubt the government is sponsoring my flight out of England. You get me? Innit? I get a nice cushy flight out of England, and then when I come back, I'm being told, well, sorry, you're barred from entering the country. What? I mean, everything you have gone, but you're barred from entering the UK. Obviously, you can see nasty like that. Innit? So they don't want to lose their jobs. They get me in it. And that means they have to throw others under the bus. All sort of shit would come out of it. So the easy option is, oh, manipulate him into leaving, let him leave on his own accord, then not let him back in. Guess what? They control the media anyway, innit? Their friends and cousins from various parts of the world control that. Innit? So they'll stop your conversation from ever seeing the light of day anyway. Uh, they played the game for a bit too long and it turned out it backfired on them. You know they couldn't win anyway. They should have just gave up on their own and it would have not got to this point. Innit? But I guess pride does that to a man, innit? They had just done if they had just gave up and said certain things, it would have never became public in the first place. So, as I can say, I keep reminding them that they are not the cleverest of people. Because even if you had a grievance playing it like that, I would have never known. I would have looked at it, oh, they were just doing their jobs. Innit? But then maybe the issue is what they used to justify the intrusive behavior. So like it says they've got to convince um, such and such man to grant them a warrant. So either way you take it, there would be a problem for either them or them and such man, innit? Because either them and such man obviously are shady and have been doing shady shit for time, and then that would have blew the whole fucking racket apart, or they have been manipulating such and such man, and then such and such man would have had a V for a vendetta against them to be doing that to them. Innit? So you can see the easiest option is to, I mean, manipulate, stress you out to the max. Oh, you need a holiday. I mean, every day you stress, problems. And you know what I mean? Your savior just pops up on. YouTube with an advertisement. Oh, a holiday to Turkey for £199. I think I need a holiday badly. Boom, you go and get on the fucking plane. Yeah, you had the 2 weeks. All right, you're on the way back to the UK. Get to the border. Say, huh? Yeah, you're not allowed in the country. Problem solved, did it? That's what it. Like I say, y'all ain't smarter than me, bro. That's why they're trying to stress me out. That's why they're doing this to the game. That's why they're doing certain things. Because what they tried to do previously, whether it was malicious or nefarious or benevolent in intent, the way they went about it obviously was against the law. It wouldn't have mattered if it had played out how they either hoped or thought it might have. So, i.e., if I became the butcher of Manchester, then it wouldn't have mattered what they did. What they did got the result and saved countless lives. Because it didn't play out like that, all of that becomes a problem. It's all good to do bad things. Why do they say, well, that is which is necessary is legal? Yeah, yeah, that sort of thinking. It's obviously a bullshit thinking. Like it's a thinking from 19 million years ago where people thought like that. So that which is necessary is legal and all that. It simply means, guess what? The government will do some terrible things. And if, unfortunately for you, if you're asleep or you have ill intent, then that which is necessary is legal. So yeah, you're gonna argue and say, oh well, they did this to you and they made you upset. But you then went out and became the butcher of Manchester. You would lose. All there'd been an inquiry and they'll talk about reform, but behind closed door they'll be patting each other on the back, You know what I mean? Behind closed door they'll just be patting each other on the back and that. But publicly it would just be, oh, this and that and rah 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 and they made mistakes and they're working on it and they're trying to get better. You hear some bullshit story of that sort. But because it didn't play out where I became the butcher of the Manchester, I used my goddamn brain. Not only they're going to be looked at in a certain way, I'm going to be looked at in a certain way, and which is worse, isn't it? Than being looked at in a shitty way and me being hailed. I mean, you think my name was Selassie, is it? That's so funny. Sister England. But you get the reason why it's damaging for them in every way, shape, or form, and it rockets me up in it into the stratosphere, in it, like, and they'll probably have to sit at home looking at me on the telly. I mean, drinking various forms of fucking strongbow. I mean, various forms of strongbow, innit? I never know how that plays out, innit? Yeah. So you can see why I'm still a free man. Because anybody that sees them videos would wonder how is it possible that he's still walking around free? Why is he not placed in hospital? Why is he not this? Because technically you'd have to go through the court to do all that. Because even if he send threats, you can't just put somebody in the hospital indefinitely for such. It can't be done. So say you go into hospital, all right, cool. The doctor says Ray, Ray, Ray. And every time the doctor asks you, no, I don't feel like I'm going to do anything to anybody. No, this, no, that. Legally, he can only keep you there for a certain point. After the appeal, it becomes kidnap, you get me? And then you could wipe the whole fucking hospital out if you necessarily needed to, And they definitely don't want that. Because you get away with it, you would. It would be an unprecedented situation, but you would get away with it. Because technically it would be kidnapped because they'd have to give grounds and proof of why they held you there for such a length of time against your will, innit? You know what I mean? The solicitor that represent you at your appeal, the judge that did the appeal, all of these people would be drawn back into a criminal court testify why was he retained for such a long time. They can't just say, well, we believe he was a danger to the public. It can't be done like that. So, and they definitely don't want to try a prosecution because it would just make them look bad and look malicious. And whether they are or not, doesn't matter. They just don't want that to be proven. That's it. That's what their worry is. They don't want it to be proven that they were malicious in intent. I mean, so or that which is necessary or whatever. So you have these little sayings that these men live by, whether consciously or unconsciously. They do. So they, like I said, I met this girl and she bought me a book that was wrote. What was it called? Wrote by some Japanese guy. I think Su Shang or Su Wang or whatever. Called The Art of War. So it's basically people who read them books. Well, tend to have radical ideas now, innit? That's how they made it and twisted the stories. So you can't just be somebody that's into anything and just read anything because you like reading. You get caught reading that book, they'll try and stitch you up in it. So she went and bought that book. I'm not quite sure what her intent was. Mhm. Not sure what her intent was, but could speculate, innit? Mhm. Definitely, speculate. It would be easy to speculate because given the person who she is, the lifestyle she has, her having knowledge of that book is very odd. You know what I mean? Because you could people are only interested in certain media, text, and illustration based on the life they live. So people from the older generation would watch the news and read newspapers. Young children don't really do that. Young children use social media for their information. You know what I mean? And that book is well over 300 years old, like when it was first written, time ago. So, and the context of that book, why is she interested? Why would she think I'm interested? So that would cause a mass amount of problems. What was her motivation to buy me that book? Especially she's born in this fucking place or whatever. She knows how the place is. She know how the people are. So it would be easy to say that she stitched man up in it. It would. I mean, it would be very easy. Very easy. They know they couldn't get around it because she would know what the people and culture and country is like. She would have more than been across enough and heard that enough, seen enough to know that that would be bad, especially me as a foreign national. She knows that would have been terrible for me if I was caught with that book. She knows. So they couldn't get around it in it because technically they have never asked how I came into possession with that book. I guess the book was meant to or would have been used against me in the court of law. Because the truth is, I don't know where that book went. Like that book just went missing out of my house, and it never dawned on me why my book went missing. I just thought I must have moved and left it, but I realized that them cunts from MI5 would have taken the book. I'm just thinking about that now. Actually, I didn't think about it before, and I've never thought about it before, but I've just realized they would have took that book in. So obviously, I would have done something, and they would have sent Greater Manchester Police or the counter-terrorism after me. If they didn't like paint the town red with me, then I would have been in prison, after waking up from numerous gunshots to get me. And then guess what would have happened? You can only assume what would have happened at that point. You know what I mean, You could only assume what would have happened at that point. So why does Militar doesn't have any play style? So what is that on him? What does that mean? Alright, so that's a play style plus. Okay. Yeah. So like I'm saying is I never thought about that. A lot of stuff have gone missing from me over the years, innit? And now saying this and realizing that they have been taking them the whole time, I no doubt that would have popped up in the court as evidence against me. So how are you reading this book? I mean, fuck off white boy and go suck your white mother too, innit? Right, so I need to I can't be asked to turn 4:45. Right. This kid now, I need assist. Alright, so Brazilian. Yeah, so thinking about it now, it never really dawned on me that why the book went missing is the same reason why I'm saying people are coming into my house. So at least I know how to prove that how long and that people indeed has been coming into my house. Because the whole community would have heard and known. And they obviously can't deny it at this point. They're screwed, aren't they? They can't deny it at this point, thinking about it. Because the community might not care about me in particular and would glad to see the back of me. But they'll always know what they did, innit? And going forward, they might have immigrants that they like and love and care for. So hurt them, they severely hurt the system, innit? I've never thought of it why that book went missing. Because she gave me the book and a white balaclava. And for years the balaclava was still knocking about inside of my suitcase. Because I've never wore the balaclava. Who the hell wears a white balaclava? But what the fuck? So, but the book went missing and I never thought of it. And I ended up cutting up that fucking balaclava. And I thought, alright, cool. This was like 2017. When I first clocked on that somebody was searching my shit all the time. I ended up cutting up the balaclava. And I thought, right, I didn't notice these cars kept on following me, innit? So I thought, alright, one morning I was working at Converges in Altrincham, yeah. And on the way to work, I cut the balaclava up like early morning. And I started throwing it all over behind me like confetti. I was like, go and pick that up, innit? They probably did. The fuckers probably did. Like, they probably did. Well, they can't do anything with that. They ain't never gonna win this case, but I understand no chance. And it makes sense why she gave the book. And now I can say I'm 99.9 sure that she stitched me up. Why? It don't really matter. I met her hair, I don't know her. I met her hair, innit? Mm. I met her hair, innit? So it doesn't really matter why she stitched me up. I didn't know her. I came to England, I met her in England. I mean, so you can see why they're trying to get me to volunteer to jump on a plane, you know what I mean? Because they can't go into the courtroom with this. They'd fucking be embarrassed. And then she would be dragged in, be asked, why did he buy that book? And how do you know? Where did he get that idea? All of that would be tossed at her, and obviously the truth would inevitably before start of her, innit? Because they'd have to ask her, well, where did she get the book from? What is her knowledge of that book? You know what I mean? Because like I say, I'm older than my donkeys. I've never even heard of the book, though. So why she heard of the book is beyond me, innit? So that very knowledge of her knowing about that book would be more than issues for them, innit? And then it would be did they set her up to give me the book knowing that they would have gone to such and such man and justified it and be like, yeah, we caught him with a balaclava on this book. Beep beep beep. I hear the buzzing going off, bro. Somebody sound the alarm. I could contact such and such by myself. I could. No, I will at some point. I mean, get him to deny it, innit? Because what choice does he have? He has no choice. Somebody took the book. I mean, I didn't even know what the book was. She's the one who introduced the book to me. I need another Brazilian, so I need to get him on cam. So realistically, don't want to see you there. I've got another Brazilian that can put over the Malcolm. Put Malcolm there. Malcolm Forster. Malcolm Forster. And then Syrian, yes. I want to put the Syrian guy there. Italian. But yeah, I didn't think about that book going missing. Man. Really didn't think about it. I probably should have from the get go. If the truth be told. I probably should have from the fucking get go. Well, I certainly didn't think about it. Because the balaclava, like, I got that, she gave that to me in college, 2011. Yeah, she gave, I think it was my birthday or something, she gave it to me for, wasn't it? I was like, oh, that's nice. I was like, I don't read books, me, you get me? You know, I'm not a book person. I didn't say that to her, but I just found it a bit, I thought, what is this? And she gave me the book, and I googled what it was. I was like, all right, okay. I never thought nothing of it. And like in Schoolboy Q, so in Jamaica, there's a mixtape called with a guy called Schoolboy that was called The Art of War. Yeah, I didn't know the mixtape was named after the book, but then Schoolboy Q, the guy from America, the rapper, she gave me the on his Oxymoron album. He had a white balaclava, and she bought the very same balaclava. So you can see where the correlation between Schoolboy Q, so you know, like a Q means a prompt, Schoolboy Q, and yeah, I didn't really think about it like that. 'Cause why would you? Innit? Why would you think so deep about that? But yeah, I didn't think about that. So no doubt then comes got that book, and my computer went missing as well at one point. My computer went missing from Stockport Road. Yeah, my computer went missing from Stockport Road. I used to know this girl that worked for the NHS, and um, yeah, and so I used to know this girl that worked for the NHS, and she basically I went to work at Calvin Klein in what's it called in Trafford Centre, yeah, in Trafford Centre, and she was like, oh, the landlord basically tried to kick me out of the house without me being there. He didn't go to court, nothing. When I came back, he's like, "You need to get out of the house now." I said to him, "Oh, go to the court." Yeah, I mean, because he didn't want to fix certain things, so I stopped paying the rent and stuff because he didn't want to fix certain things. And I don't know. He waited until I went to work, went inside the house, and saying he's throwing my shit out. I said he can't do that anyway. I couldn't leave work. They wouldn't allow me to leave. So then what happened was the girl from the NHS, this black girl, she went there. She brought my stuff back to her house. I went to her house, and then when I went to her house, I didn't realize that the computer weren't there for time, in it, like weeks past. And she was like, "Oh, her mom said I've got to leave." Innit? So I said, "Alright, fine, cool." I left, and I said, "But wait, when I'm packing up all my shit to leave, I'm saying, where's the computer?" She's like, "Oh, I left the computer at the house." I was like, "You left my computer at the house?" I went back to the landlord people. They're saying that they don't have the computer. I said, "What do you mean you don't have a computer?" Yeah, rang the police and reported. I say, well, basically the landlord stole my computer. They're like, oh, it's a civil matter. I'm saying, what? Wait, what? I'm saying, you're saying the landlord stealing my computer out of my house is a civil matter. How is that not a criminal fucking matter? Where it's theft. That's what this African woman call handler. That's what she said. I thought, and it never dawned on me. I just left it and moved on. Innit? Nothing was on there anyway. Like nothing wasn't on there. Just a bunch of downloaded pictures of Google. That's about it. I mean, so it's like not like I missed it. Innit? But I should have realized. Innit? Well, I was caught up in my own fucking life, and mm, too caught up. And so that's the reason why they can't fuck around now. Because, like I said, whatever their initial stuff was, people in the community are aware of it, and obviously certain people in authoritarian positions are also aware of what they claimed was justifiable reason. So they know that them man ain't really on what they're on, you get me? So they can't take it to court because them man would know about it and know that no. Nobody said that was a gift to him, innit? Nobody mentioned that. Because it couldn't be plausible, it couldn't be a reasonable cause if it turned out that them things was a gift, innit? It couldn't count as reasonable cause. It looks like preparation, like oh, he's reading the art of war, he's reading fucking, he's got balaclavas. Is he gonna have guns and knives next to get me in it? So obviously you can see where some people wouldn't be with it in it and would come out and say, no, you man try to stitch the kid up there, lose the jobs, lose the pensions, get embarrassed and possibly face prosecution and fuck yourself. Which would be a joyous moment for me. Watch Batty government go down, you know what I mean? I should let's do this guy. Jesus. I don't know if I should do it. Because I'm gonna do that, man. I'm not really sure I need them two guys in there. I'll just be doing it for the sake of it. Mm. Yeah, so you can see why they're doing all of this and who is disrupting the devices is because the need to piss me off to the max of hating British people and attacking them. So therefore, all of that what they was done becomes justifiable. That which is necessary is legal, isn't it? So you can really see why all of this is going on and why I'm saying all this fucking terrorist shit and they're not doing anything about it. It's because saying it don't mean nothing. They want to see me in preparation because they want to put it online to the community and the whole country that they've spread it around to say this is him in the action that they were right all along. Thanks to the patience and hard work, innit? Lying! That's funny. Yeah, I know you could never win this, but I'll be subpoenaing every single one of them back to that courtroom. I say, you bought that, you did that, you done that, you said that, you this. I can't write out every lie they told them, man. I know exactly who they have as the informers. I say, I ain't crying about spilled milk, it's already happening. Fuck it, innit? Just know that I got a personal fucking vendetta against human bloodline. Personal, very personal. I ain't business blood, you don't get any personal on that. I try to fuck with him I like. Yeah, you would not have done that to your own kids. So, fact that you wouldn't do it to your own kids, fuck you and your kids, you get me, you know? Quite simple. So you can see why they're doing all of this to the game, and not only it stops me from, having a normal life where you can justify. So argument can be made to say, well, How could he be a terrorist? He's a FIFA player. He's a pro gamer. You know what I mean? I mean, wouldn't look good for what they are trying to set up. You know? So you can see why they're going out of way. It does two things. It's like a double-edged sword, isn't it? Not only does it frustrate me, not only would I know that somebody's doing it on purpose, I can't identify the people. So you just take your frustrations out on any random person, innit? And two, me having friends and people that can give character references and stuff like that. And you know what I mean, go against the narrative, then make sure this stops it all, innit? I just punch one of them Greater Manchester police in the face. And if I can identify an undercover, I'll even do worse to that man. Yeah, I ain't winning that. Technically, I'm no threat to the public. I mean, I ain't no threat to the public, man. I ain't winning. I'll subpoena them regardless of how it plays out. Alright, hold on here. 72. Should I use this American guy? No. Alright, it's 501. I need to get out this fucking game now. Alright, you there. You there. Mancini. You there. Alright, so if I take 84, so I've got 185. You there. You there. And then if I take you out, yeah, I should do that fine. You there. You there. Oh, yeah, mine was 88. What was it do? I'm chatting too much. Shit. Right, so Torreira. Okay, you there. So I said 84 now. No. Should be able to fit another 82 or two in there. Oh yeah, I'm glad I said that because I just realized what happened to that book because it completely vanished out of my consciousness. Like I was always aware that I had the book, but it never really came to mind why I haven't seen the book. You know what I mean? Because I caught up that balaclava. Because I saw like these guys following me around. I thought like, where the man constantly? I keep seeing these type of cars. Like you just know you see people, certain people park certain places. I just knew something was off, you know. And I thought, why these men keep following me around? It's like they keep waiting, innit? Like say, obviously every day I went to work, I drove pretty much two directions. But there were always cars that parked in these specific places day after day, and people were always in them, innit? So I didn't realize that nah, something's wrong here. Anyway, I got the balaclava, cut the balaclava, and like on the route that I drove, everywhere I see them cars parked, I'd throw them there, innit? And then in the end, I throw the rest of it on the motorway, innit? I thought, are you man gonna stop the whole fucking motorway to pick that up? Because I don't know who them man are. I don't know if they're police. I don't know who they are. But obviously, it makes sense that they're police at this point. Mm. So you can see what the motive is. Like I said, it's motive, innit? Why they're doing it. I mean, you can see it's no accident when you really, from that angle, you realize it's no accident. It's all planned, innit? See, it's all planned. I'm glad I remembered that. Like, you man are already on the losing end anyway, innit? Fuck yeah. It must be a sad day anywhere you man are. Must be very tense, innit? I mean, I can feel the tension from here. You man are must be very tense. Wherever you man are must be very tense, bro. So you man are so close, yet so far. After all them years of doing that, you man lost. No wonder I'm getting them deals, you know. That's actually hilarious. You think about it. That's actually hilarious when you look at it. I'm actually really tired. I should go to fucking bed in it. It's taking me forever to put a few fucking packs together, bro. Um, I want to keep this game. So. Alright, I played one game and I call it a night. Can't vote. Really can't vote. Yeah, so they're the ones that's stopping me from. I got six in foot champs for like 2 week, 1 week, and I got six. One last week, last Sunday, like just Sunday gone, I got five. The first week of foot champs, I got eight. You can see it's them they're working overtime to piss me off to the max, innit? Because I either run away from the country or I harm one of them, innit? And obviously, either way, it's sticky on them, not on me, not them, innit? Going about it like that. Me going about it legally fucks them in every way, shape, or form, man. I can't remember what the fuck. Hmm. I'm glad I remember that because they even had me diagnosed as a schizophrenic, so they couldn't say I was lying, so they said it's delusion. They couldn't say, and obviously they can't take it to court at that point because it would look so suspicious that you're saying these things and doctors have said you're delusional because the doctor would have to show some sort of evidence to back himself up. So their professional opinion would have to be based on something. So, i.e., they can't just come and say, well, in the hospital, you were presenting schizophrenia, but in the courtroom, you're not presenting that. Like, what would be the point? You know what I mean? In the courtroom, you wouldn't be presenting like that. So, you can see there was an intent behind having me diagnosed as that. I already know what the intent is. I already know what that is, but that's what later date. That's a later date. That's why I'm really tired. I'm literally playing one game and then that's what I'm done. One game and I'm done. That's one day everyone's weekend. I got only four. I think the season ends tomorrow, doesn't it? Or on Thursday, yeah, it ends on Thursday, innit? Alright, we'll take out this young. Don't take him. I could put in Martinez. I could put in Martinez. So if I put him there, there you put Martinez in. So what would Osimhen be? Osimhen get three there. I'll get three there. You get three there. Wow. What is Osimhen now? What is Osimhen? His shooting's very good, but I don't think he's gonna be that good of a player. No. And then take him home. Then done. We'll go with him. I'll go with Giroud. And what else we got? Um, uh, that's the problem. I haven't got any right but that I can fucking use that. Molina. I'll put Molina there. I have Molina on full cam. I'm telling you how crazy in the game, bro. Yeah. So I've only got four La Liga players and one nation link, and full, somehow they got full finger. Somehow Molina has got full cam. Dijon, Dijon only has what one, two, only four links. Got a full chem as well. He hasn't got a Barcelona link. So one day my chemistry is not working, one day it's working fine. It's constantly changing all the time, man. So I'm gonna use anybody from La Liga and just to see if I get full chem on them. So if I use Foyt, no, not Foyt. One day my chemistry system is completely sabotaged and messed up, and one day it's working fine. Look, I mean, obviously it makes sense now, but before it didn't make sense. Molina was from a different team, different nation. I mean, so anyway, what did I got? What's it called now? This guy, this guy. I had Politano as well. I forgot about that. So Politano shouldn't be better than my guy there. Forgot about Politano. Right in Syria. I have to just put him right in Syria. Shakir is a four-star, four-star, four-star too. I guess he put down to make more sense. I feel so tired. Like I feel like I'm sure you boys playing, but I feel like I'm taking ages just to fucking do that. And so working on Renato, I wanted to put Renato Sanchez in, but Renato Sanchez is not gonna be better than him. Right, yeah, should have been enough. So take you out there. So right, you, you. So then, so two centers, two CDMs, striker, winger, centre back, right back, left back, right wing, left wing. So go with him and Sane. I go with Goodson. I go with Sane. Yeah. I forget one last one and that's it. Okay, enough of this shit. Okay, look at this guy. No, man, I never heard about him. It's from Manchester, guy. These guys from Manchester. So these guys are not even that good. Look at the game. Look at the game. I say these are kids of these security servicemen and the ones because they've got them of all sort of ages, isn't it? So obviously they've got them ones that play FIFA, innit? So these are the guys who I'm actually facing. It's the MI5 and police guys and that's them, innit? And they know they're not good. Like, look at the game. They know they're not good, innit? They're just here just to stop me because they lost and they failed. And they need to make me fail too. It only works out in my favor, regardless of how anything goes on anyway. See what I mean? You're gonna quit in. You're probably gonna run the time out and then quit at the end of the game. It's just continue. Look at them messaging me. Like, why they messaging me? Just fuck off, man. I don't want to chat to you, man. Bro. I'm tired. Okay. You gonna quit? You get the best pen, Giroud. Then come on, Giroud. Probably shouldn't, but whatever. I'm gonna go to the right, yeah, to the right. Excuse me. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm so tired. Ah, uh, uh, you see how shit is scared. Mm. How? How? You see what I mean? Why could he not move to get bought there? I don't even know what happened there. What is that? What just happened? You see what I mean? Look, just so easy for me then. Look, can't get my son in to get the ball. Ball back to him instead of going out wide. Yeah, true is legs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That ball went through his foot. So you can see, it's very, very people who took the art of war book. They're the ones that's behind it. I will attack you. Trust me, I'm very serious. I know everything I need to know to do so. We'll do it. Very serious. Because there's no way you can see that boy was destined to go in the back of the net. Destined, yeah? Destined. Look at my player. The left back, his head's all looking somewhere else, which doesn't make sense. It comes right to him. The AI was controlling Militao, and he just took a power shot. Yeah, he just basically hit the ball, and it goes straight through his legs like that. Like you see, the level of stitch up in it. I controlled the whole game the whole time, and all of a sudden, he just kept on getting them chances. You know what I'm saying? I always realize that the characteristics of these players I'm playing, they weren't normal, innit? Because I'm saying like, there's no way you're playing somebody. Because I wouldn't. If I'm playing somebody and the game is behaving like that, I'd feel some sort of way. You get me? Innit? Unless it was intentional and I knew why, innit? I'd feel some sort of way for that game just to be going on like that. Because you can see he messaged, and after whatever he messaged after it, I don't know what he did after that message, but you can see it turned out that he came back to win the game 5-3 after messaging, bro. And this is so you can see they keep stitching me up. That's why they keep messaging. Yeah, it's basically some bullshit, some form of some shit. Listen, playing like that, sweating much. You know what I mean? I always have to say something. So I'm playing sweaty, and he got easy goals. You know what I mean, you always have to do something, but I know exactly what the motive behind it was. Because what they did, they got caught and it was legal. Because technically, you can't confiscate somebody's items like that, innit? You just can't, it's illegal. So they try to negate the situation regardless. Even if, oh, I already know, yeah. So guess what? I weren't meant to know who was doing it, innit? They've got various forms of public authorities and nothing. There's so many of them. You get me? You'd spend a lifetime questioning all of them for them to eat, for all of them to deny it. You know? They'll just never be able to take it to court after they all deny it. I mean, not ruining my life over whatever reason you thought was justified. I don't care what it was, it ain't justified, but it ain't ruining my life and get away with it. So whatever bunker you're sealed in, you'll be sealed in there until the end of time. But I can tell you that. You'll be sealed in that fucking bunker till the end of time. But can't run away from Varane. You could see it, innit? I'm be in behind, and somehow Varane's able to catch me. Watch me, I can't catch him. Look at that, man. I can't catch him. Can't catch him. Can't catch him. Look at the game, bro. Yeah, it's bedtime for me now. Fuck you know. Like, it doesn't even matter how much complicated dribbling I do. I just can't get past the man, them, bro. I go from a ball roll into a fucking Zidane spin into whatever that fucking drag back move is. I still can't get away from the paper. After doing about 19 skills together, yeah. Yeah. Can't get away from them. Oh, he's off. I mean, no problem for him. Nobody there to stop him. So, there's nobody there. Just so simple for them. So simple. I mean, nobody there to stop him. I mean, look at that. Can't get the ball there. Yeah, that's anywhere I turn, the AI is there. No, everywhere I turn, there's literally a defender marking me. Everywhere I turn. So I'm trying to do that thing that Lewandowski did. He just keeps turning me back. Like, yo, we're attacking, but I don't care if you're white or not. That means something to you, it means nothing to me. So you can see what I'm doing with the controller. You can see what I'm doing with the controller, and it's not doing what I am doing, it's doing something else. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing with the controller. Yeah, it just won't do what I want it to do. Look at it, it's just doing all sort of random stuff instead of just the trick that I want to do. It's doing something else. You can see the fucking game pushing me backwards. I'm trying to go the other way in the game somehow, moving in a different direction that I want to move to. Yeah. So that skill move, yeah, they won't allow me to do that skill move. No, it won't allow me to do it. It won't allow me to do it. It won't allow me to do it. I mean, no, it won't allow me to do that skill move. Yeah, it won't allow me to do the skill move. All it is just a variation of the McGee spin. If you hold LB and LB and RB, it just does it. It's just a McGee spin. That's all it is. And it won't allow me to do the variation. Every time I turn, there's somebody, some defender at the back of me. Every single time without fail, there is just some defender there. No, you just will not. It's just a variation of the McGee spin. That's all it is. And for some reason, it just never work. It won't work. No, it just won't work. It's just a variation of McGee spin. All of that, all of that. That's all it is. It's just a variation. All of that. If I do it that way, if I go back forward, go back, go forward right, go back left, it won't work. No, it won't do it. It's just spinning around. I don't want it to do that. Yeah. You can see him mocking me with it, innit? He knows that basically he won't allow me to do it. He just keeps doing it. He's not doing any other skill. No, he's not doing. He's not done one other skill the whole game. But there's the one skill that my controller seems to won't allow. You know what I mean? No, he just keeps going forward and backwards. He won't do it. He won't do it. No, he won't do it. So forward left, no. Forward left, no. Forward left, no. Back right, back right, back right, no. Back right, no. He just won't do it. Look, he didn't do it till he's basically on top of me. You know what I mean? No, he won't do it until he's so close to me. It's because they intend for it to give him the ball. There you go. They intend for it to give him the ball. So I just want to do it randomly, and I just end up giving up possession by doing it. You can just see him play as a constant in the floor. Constant in the fucking floor. So now I just realized that on the back of my Wi-Fi, it says it's got the password for the router. I mean, for the router. So obviously, hackers need your password, didn't it? So I didn't even know that you have the Wi-Fi password that was connected to the Wi-Fi. But you've got the Wi-Fi you got the router username and router password on there. Like I said, somebody has warrants and search warrants and intrusive intrusive warrants in your house and stuff. Obviously they come in your house, they got all that. They can just take your router fucking admin and just hack your shit through your router and just turn every single device in your house that is a weapon against you, which would serve them purpose. Because guess what? Oh, all your devices are being hacked. You're meant to be scared and get rid of all of your internet capabilities, i.e., throw away your phone, your laptop, and that only works out for them. Because guess what? Nobody is seeing what's happening to you. I say, oh, nasty these white guys, and that's why I will attack them. I can't let you live your life thinking that you had the right to do that. I will attack you. You have to come to court and explain that oh your boss gave you permission to do that. You and your boss will go down, innit? Plain and simple, isn't it? You know that the day I spot you, you know you're gonna pussy out like a bitch. I ain't wanna listen to nothing. Just pull your gun. I'm coming at you regardless, innit? Go in there, go and tell white people in the IOPC that you're feared for your life, bitch. Tell them not. Yeah, so, whatever, innit?